catch a nicotine buzz. Living in the moment, giving no fucks. Take my advice, never.
So, if you drive one of these cars right here, something looks like this, you definitely probably go to takeovers, swing the car in the middle of the road, in the middle of the four-way. Probably have no skill driving in general. You can only just swing it like as if you was a boat in the water. No talent, nothing like that. Probably the bank, Wells Fargo, probably owns the car still. Definitely isn't paid off, because if it was paid off, you'd probably take care of it a little bit more. But definitely, if you own one of these cars right here, you are definitely swinging it in a section of the road and acting a straight fool. I would put money on it. Next car. Alright, so with the next car is your basic 350Z, something like this. Usually who owns this is like a 17 to 19-year-old kid who just got their license, and they think they're like Paul Walker or something in the Fast and Furious movie. Every time they have this car, they try to race everybody and anyone. Doesn't matter if you're a 1,000 horsepower Supra. This this Nissan Supra wannabe would definitely try to pull up, race you, acting as if they're John Force for NHRA Top Fuel Dragster. That's usually who owns these cars. They always talk about what they're going to do to this car, but they never actually do it. They usually stick to like Forza or Need for Speed, GTA, something like that, modding their cars. And if they do something to this car, usually it's like plastic dip the stock wheels, or they put some janky old carbon fiber like wrap on the interior. Definitely rice it out. That's why these cars get such a bad rep. Also, these cars are usually, if you see them at a car meet or something like that, they're definitely getting redlined the entire time. No brakes or anything like that, and they just sit there and just beat it off the rev limiter the entire show or meet, whatever the case might be. But again, granted, sometimes young kids have these cars and they look pretty nice, something like that. But most of the times they look like this. Definitely look clapped out like this. Looks like it's been beat more times than... No, I'm not going to say that. I might get demonetized if I ever do get that, if I say that joke. So let's just skip that one. But yeah, usually the people who own this car, their name's like Miguel or Gavin. That's usually who owns this type of car. So on to the next one. Alright, so the next car is your E92 BMW. Not the cool one, not the M3 or even the 335i. Usually it's a 328i car. Usually they're always talking about they only drive foreigns or exotics, when pretty much this car is your basic BMW. You can get one for like $5,000. Usually they're always talking about the mods they'll do. Again, they never end up doing the mods. Usually the people who drive these cars, their names are like Tanner. They probably think they're the coolest kid at school. Definitely probably hit the USB port. Definitely think they're the coolest person ever. And they always have the outfit of Daddy will sue if you touch me or look at me the wrong way. More than likely, shoe of choice is Sperry's. And probably most of the times this car is pretty ragged out, I would say. Definitely, I would guarantee you the oil has been checked a total of 0 times in the whole duration of owning said car. They probably have a sticker on it that says like Beamer Boy or something like that on the front windshield. Definitely has some plastic dip on it somewhere. And they are probably also revving their car at meets thinking it's an M3. So on to the next one. Alright, so the next one, this is one of my favorites, is Harley drivers. And most of the time It's the ones that just get their first Harley. They probably go in debt getting said Harley just to show off in front of kids still in high school when they're probably 32 years old, or between 24 to 30 probably would be a good range. They wear leathers that have some type of like Hell's Angels on the back, like they're some kind of biker gang or something like that. In my eyes, they look like this. The bike's not even nice. The leather is probably bought at your local like Goodwill store or something like that. You would think they would save the money on buying this expensive leather to pay off their bike payment, but you know, that doesn't make sense, you know. And also the thing with Harley drivers, every time they start it up, they gotta rev it at least minimum 22 times to make sure everybody around the area hears them and looks at them, because if they don't hear them or look at them, and then it's just purchase is pointless. Like some of these people spend the amount of money a house would cost on a bike, and it'll be a hideous bike. It'll look something like this, something ugly. Although this one's not too ugly, but for like 20 grand, definitely ugly. But yeah, you know, there's like bicycle choppers you saw back in the day when like American choppers was really popular. That's what I imagine when I see these people on choppers that just look like clowns. All they need is the big shoes and the little red nose, and they're a clown. But again, these are just jokes. Don't take it to heart. But honestly, bikers sometimes take it over the next level when they rev obnoxiously too many times. Like, we hear you and all your 80 horsepower. Like, you can calm it down, Greg. But nobody's too thrilled about your bike that you gave probably 35 grand for. But anyways, on to the next one. Already doing your typical YouTuber stuff. Forgot the outro, but that's the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Until next time, peace out.